What's up, Clipper Nation? You are watching a video clip right from Rui Hachimura's IG page. And let me tell you, he said some pretty interesting things about the Clippers. I told you guys, players like coming to the Clippers, even on short-term contracts. Rui didn't just switch teams. He completely left the Lakers' shadow to join the LA Clippers in our brand new home. We already knew players around the league praised our organization, but Rui gave us the ultimate insider validation. He explicitly mentioned that hearing about the world-class, state-of-the-art medical and physical training facilities at the Intuit Dome made this an absolute no-brainer. No more sharing an arena. We have our own throne now. Today, we are diving deep into how this facility keeps him healthy, what he means about cutting on offense, and why Lawrence Frank is hyped about his defense. If you are ready for a new era at the Intuit Dome, smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and let's get into the tape. First, let's talk about the massive weapon that isn't even on the court, the Intuit Dome itself. For a player looking to elevate his game, having 24/7 access to the absolute peak of sports science, specialized recovery pools, and custom training tech is a massive game changer. When players around the league rave about the Clippers organization, this is exactly what they mean. The team invested heavily in player longevity and wellness, and it's officially drawing elite talent across the hallway because they know their bodies will be right. But let's look at the X's and O's. In his comments, Rui straight up said, "In my final year with the Lakers, I couldn't really do those cuts due to our team situation." Instead, he was stuck standing in the corner as a stationary spacer while other stars dominated the ball. But what exactly is cutting? In basketball terms, a cut is an explosive, timed off-ball sprint directly toward the basket. Think of it like a wide receiver running a route in football. When the defense watches the ball, a player like Rui exploits the blind spot, slashes behind his defender, catches a quick pass, and finishes with a powerful dunk. It sounds simple, but it is a dying art. When you have a guy who is 6'8", 230 pounds moving like a freight train without the ball, it makes the offense impossible to guard. So why didn't the Lakers use him like this? Well, it all comes down to their system. Last year, the Lakers ran a heavy, isolation-based offense centered around dominant paint scorers. Because those stars needed room to drive, the coaching staff forced Rui to stay stationary on the perimeter to keep the floor spaced out. If he tried to cut into the lane, he would have brought his own defender right into the path of a driving superstar, completely wrecking the team's spacing. Plus, because Rui turned into an elite three-point sniper, they essentially locked him in the corner as a safety valve. Instead of letting an athletic freak run the floor and slash to the rim, he was stuck just standing there, waiting for kick-out passes. Talk about a massive waste of his dynamic skill set. And look, this perimeter parking job explains another massive criticism thrown at Rui: the rumor that he is a poor rebounder. Last season, his numbers dipped to a career-low 3.3 boards a game. But use your head, people. If Ty Lue's system gets Rui moving, cutting to the basket, and attacking the paint, his proximity to the rim naturally skyrockets. You can't get rebounds when you're forced to stand 40 feet away on the three-point line. By utilizing his cutting, the Clippers aren't just opening up the offense, they are putting an athletic 230-pound frame right back where he belongs, crashing the glass. But wait, let's talk about why Lawrence Frank is grinning from ear to ear about Rui's defense. How do the analytics back up Frank's quote? Well, while Rui sometimes got lost in the Lakers' team zone concepts, the tape on an island does not lie. When you isolate the data on straight-up, man-to-man isolation defense, Rui grades out as elite. He has the lateral quickness to slide his feet with wing players, but more importantly, he has a massive, powerful frame that cannot be bullied in the post. Lawrence Frank knows that in the Western Conference playoffs, teams will hunt for mismatches. But with Rui, you can't hunt him. He sits down, uses his strength, and completely locks up on an island. And look, this is exactly why he is going to be so much more effective for us than John Collins was last season. Now look, Collins gave us great effort, but let's be real about how Ty Lue actually used him. Early on, we had a major spacing nightmare trying to share the floor with Zubac. Once the floor opened up, Collins mostly floated out to the corner for threes, or settled for that fall-away and mid-range jumper. But Coach Lue rarely ran the offense through him for that. On top of that, Collins just wasn't a physical interior banger. And let's face it, he had a serious case of butterfingers around the rim. Rui changes the entire dynamic. Because he is a premier off-ball cutter and an elite 44% spot-up shooter, he doesn't need a script written for him to score. He spaces the floor when needed, but he has the strong hands and physical frame to smash through contact on a backdoor slash. He fixes the interior softness, handles the ball cleanly on the move, and defensively, he gives us the multi-positional lockdown switchability that Collins just couldn't provide. It is a massive structural upgrade for this roster. So, how will Ty Lue do ball-moving machine? Imagine this scenario. Our new star playmaker, Darius Garland, runs a pick and roll at the top of the key. Opposing defenses like the Golden State Warriors or Minnesota Timberwolves throw two defenders at Garland because of his elite shooting. Boom. That leaves the backside of the defense wide open. Under the old system, a power forward would just stand at the three-point line. But Ty Lue's system expects movement. Rui will read the floor, execute a backdoor cut, and Garland will drop a beautiful dime right into his hands. It completely opens up space for guys like Brandon Ingram to operate in the mid-range. Plus, with Brook Lopez pulling opposing centers out to the perimeter, the paint is wide open for Rui to feast on these cuts. But wait, it's not just an offensive upgrade. Let's talk about the side of the ball that has the front office grinning from ear to ear. When the signing became official, Clippers president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, dropped a massive quote that tells you exactly what they expect from Rui defensively. Frank said, "He will strengthen our front court with his one-on-one defense and ability to space the floor." Did you catch that? One-on-one defense. The Clippers front office explicitly values Rui as an elite man-to-man defender who uses his massive frame to shut down mismatches. In a Western Conference loaded with elite wing scorers, having a guy who can legitimately guard positions 3 through 5 on an island is absolute gold. Look, for $14 million a year, getting a hybrid forward who shoots efficiently from 3, plays lockdown defense, and is hungry to run and cut is an absolute masterclass by Lawrence Frank. Fueled by the best training facilities in the world at the Intuit Dome, Rui is ready to show the world why leaving the Lakers was the best business decision of his career. But I want to hear from you, Clipper Nation. How many points per game do you think Rui averages in Ty Lue's offense this season? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Until next time, go Clips.